G'day and welcome back. Today is going to be a 100% theory day, and what I'll do is I'll just connect that up. Okay, there we go, nice, bit of extra power there. Oh, I can decrease the power by putting my hand over the resonating coil. There you go, decrease, so a bit of an increase. Oh, and got this one going just a little bit, not too good. That's going off there. What I might do is I'll just connect that to there. It seems to be a little bit brighter. Why? Don't know. Connect that to there. Got that one going. Oh, look, still got some good power. And that's going straight to ground. So now we've got 3 volts voltage, 3 volts at 3 volts, 44 at 50. So it's taken 6 milliamps to drive everything. Anyway, let's get into my theory. Now, what I did note is that this earth power and this earth power, it's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from the earth or something. So you can see, I can add that on, take it off. It doesn't change my meter at all. So the power's got to come from somewhere. And I did a bit of digging and I found something interesting. Now, I worked on the theory that the power is coming from the earth. And here's our globe, the earth. There's Australia, that's where I live. And up here's the ionosphere. And I figured out by doing some research that the whole earth and the ionosphere acts like a capacitor. And so I wrote a few notes. And basically what happens is that the energy coming from the earth is being harvested by, if you like, by our little setup here, and that's what's adding to the power. So I come up with a whole system. I think you'll find it interesting. I'd love to get your feedback on it. So it acts like a capacitor. The lightning and the ground interact to make scalar waves, and what I found was, the way that I approached it was that this earth here has to actually, has to have a frequency. The extra energy has to have a frequency that's coming from the earth. And that frequency is 7.83 Hertz, as I found out, very low frequency. So, and that's the frequency what happens when lightning and the ground interact and forms the scalar waves. So 7.83 Hertz. And so we, if you like, by making these devices, are acting as a separator between the ionosphere and the earth, and we're harvesting some small amounts of energy. And so if we were to make something to harvest a lot more, it needs to be very high voltage and very low frequency. And I figured out that we could use a spark gap or a triode. You could use a flyback system, as long as you were able to produce a resonant frequency of 7.83 Hertz at very high voltage. You could achieve taking this energy, if you like, the natural energy of the earth. You could extract it. So I came up with a schematic and a whole system, and here it is. Let me just explain what it is. We've got a 555 timer chip producing in conjunction with R1, R2, and I think it's these 2 capacitors. I think that one does a lot of the work. This creates an environment as an LC circuit, a resonant frequency of our 7.83 Hertz. Then that drives this IRF 540N, and there it is there, IRF 540N, and that drives the primary, which will be 100 turns, and that induces a secondary, which will be 1,000 turns, and you'll have 12 volts input to drive this circuit and the primary, and in fact the MOSFET MOSFET, sorry. Our earth will be a 2 meter grounding rod. And yeah, this will be grounded as well. That's your secondary. And that will produce the same effect as the lightning does, as the scalar waves. And that will cause high, it's very hard to explain, but I think it's going to induce the high frequency, high voltage secondary at the 7.83 Hertz. So you're still going to get the same effect. And then all we need to do is we need to make a pickup coil that includes a 555 timer circuit that's powered by about 10 milliamps, I think, with the same resonant value, 7.83 Hertz, so that the coil will resonate with this one. And the earth is here, that'll pick it up, and we'll have a series of large, very large capacitors. And I think that's what you see in the Don Smith films. And that will convert that into, basically, it's not free energy, but you're extracting the energy, or you're harvesting the energy from the natural earth and the natural environment. And that's basically what it is. So you've got your 555 timer kit over here, there it is. Pulses the MOSFET at the frequency, and the pickup coil is also tuned to that frequency, and the scalar waves are produced from the secondary by a corona discharge, and that's basically a Tesla coil. So this is a very sturdy way, I think, of producing what we need as a consistent frequency, or resonant frequency, that actually will resonate with the Earth's natural resonance frequency. That's quite complicated. Now, I don't know if my R1 values and R2 values, 1 megahertz and 100K, and my capacitor, maybe someone can help me with that. I'm not sure my schematic is 100% correct. Maybe someone can have a look at that for us and tell me what they think. Mate, I am just beginning. And I'll just do this for fun. So if you got something to add to this, I'll be very interested to hear what you got to say. With that, thank you for putting up with this laborious explanation of how I feel, or where I feel the power's coming from the Earth, and at what frequency. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.